injured. And keep in mind, yo, one thing I want all of you guys to know. Lamar Jackson is 6-1 every single time. I mean, against the Bengals. He's only lost one game against the Bengals. Against Joe Burrow, two. What is going on, Ravens flock? My name is Drastic, and I want to welcome you guys back to another video on our YouTube channel, Flock and Ravens. And on today's video, we're going to be talking about the game that we've all been waiting for since the end of the playoffs for the Ravens. Since Tyler Huntley's fumble, right? Today we're talking about the Ravens versus the Bengals matchup in week 2. It is going to be such a great game, even though it's not going to go how I predicted it was going to go, because like many of you guys know, when the schedule released of the Ravens for the Ravens, I looked through it, and when I found out we were going to face the Bengals in week 2 at their house, I was so excited for these reasons. For one, I said there is no way that this year, there's just no way that this year the Ravens get injured by week 2. There's no way. And week 1, Ravens did Ravens thing. Like every single year this happens. Something is going on, bro. I feel like we need to take our players to some spiritual cleansing or something, because this is just ridiculous, right? But anyways, I was saying, yo, week 2 is the perfect matchup, because this is a chance for the Ravens to shut up each and every Bengals fan, each and every player on that team, because they will have zero excuses. And it's still the same. And I hope that if it for us is the same thing. I don't want anyone to have excuses. Fine, we lost a couple of our starters, right? But for the Bengals, as far as I know, they have all their key players, all of them, right? It's in their house. So they're starting all their starters, and it's in their house, right? So they cannot be like, oh, well, the crowd, this and that, and the third. No. So if we get this win, they have zero excuses, because keep in mind, we have some of our key players out. And even like that, I feel that we could still win this game, because our defense is not playing around. They are coming to this game to handle business. They're in it for business, bro. Like, they are focused. This game, I'm telling you guys, they had this marked since the end of the playoffs for us. They had this game marked on their calendars. They're like, yo, whenever we play them, it's on, right? Whether it's in the bank or it's in Cincinnati, wherever it is, it's on. And for that reason, I feel that the Ravens will win and dominate this game. Now, what do we need to do to win this game? For one, the defense has to kill whatever momentum that these Bengals have from the very beginning. From the very beginning, you guys have to kill their whole momentum. Whatever hopes they had in this game, you have to finish it. First quarter, you cannot let them, you got to keep them to field goals at most. First quarter, you have to kill their momentum. All right? That's what we have to do, because then that's when we've seen it time and time again. Joe Burrow panics. Joe Burrow is Josh Allen 2.0. He's going to throw picks after picks after picks after picks. If y'all don't believe me, look back to week 1 of last year. Bro, how many picks, fumbles, and all that. Joe Burrow, when he panics, horrible quarterback. Horrible quarterback. And I feel like that's something that these Ravens have to do. We have to pressure him from the very beginning. We have to, right? And our offense, which I know, even though, we lost Ronnie Stanley and we lost Linderbaum, I feel that we could still score, and that's what we have to do. We have to score minimum first quarter 10 points. At the very minimum, we have to score 10 points, and hopefully the defense could keep the Bengals nothing, zero, nada, right? That's the hopes. Best case scenario, right? If we could manage to do that, I do feel that with Joe Burrow panicking, I feel that we could completely take over this game. But if we allow the Bengals from the very beginning to score, and they build up this momentum with the crowd and everything, I feel like it's gonna be very, very tough for us to make a comeback, especially in not being at home, right? So that's the number one thing. Number two, our center. I'm telling you guys right now, put in Patrick McCarry as our center. I don't care why we drafted. I mean, not drafted. Signed Sam Mutzfer, whatever his name is. I know he did good last game. He held it up when Linderbaum went down. He took over and okay, but keep in mind he came in what, like fourth quarter, end of third quarter. He came in playing against the Texans. They had like their key players were rookies on the defense, like the ones that we were. So this year it's I mean, this game is very different. You're gonna go up against the Bengals, a divisional opponent, right? So they're gonna be out for your necks, bro. They're gonna want to like this each and every one of those players just as bad as we want to like destroy them. That's what they want to do to us. So we cannot put Sam Musford as our center because, like I told you guys on that video when we signed him, this guy is not a good center. Like when he was, I think with the Bears is where he used to play for. Um, he was playing like 12 weeks into the season, and after week two, the fans were complaining like bench him, cut him. Why? Because this guy every single time false start, delay of game, overshoots the ball over the quarterback's head. This is what he does over and over and over and over. And I'm not trying to risk that in this game and this early on because keep in mind, I think it was like 2-3 years ago in the playoffs against the Bills. That's how Lamar Jackson got concussed out of a game because the center overshot it. Matt Skura overshot it. Lamar had to go and try to, fall on it. When he tried to get back up, he got smacked up. He got smacked up. And he was out for the whole game. So I'm not trying to go through that again in this game. So why risk it? Why risk it? This is the same thing with Melvin Gordon. We know what he is. There's a chance he could improve, but are you guys willing to, unless that's like the only option, then fine. You gotta do with what you have, right? But he's not our only option. Figure out. I know they want to place Matt Skura. I mean, not Matt Skura. Thank God, not Matt Skura. Was Patrick McCarry in a different position? I think they're gonna put him like to replace Ronnie or whatever. Yo, figure out another person to fill in that spot. I would put Daniel Falele with somebody to help him, and put Matt Skura. Jesus, I don't know why I keep saying Matt Skura. Like Patrick McCarry. Put Patrick McCarry under center at the center position because I feel like that's going to give us the best shot to kind of keep that O-line okay because, bro, McCarry is the same. He has a couple of issues, but I don't think it's to the extent that we're like complaining over and over and over again like we did with Matt Skura. So with this guy, bro, I don't want to start this issues early on in the game. Not only that, but if he doesn't do his job, yo, there's a possibility because of that they could hurt another one of our players. It's not just Lamar Jackson. So we got to keep all of this in mind, bro. That's the second thing, right? Now, the third thing, our pass rush, it has to be elite. In this game, it has to be elite because you guys have to understand our secondary is not looking good. All right. Even though Brandon Stevens was looking crazy good last week, I wouldn't trust it because keep in mind, we were going up against the Texans, a rookie quarterback. So, and they didn't have T. Higgins. They didn't have Jamar Chase. They didn't have Tyler Boyd. They didn't have none of that, right? So of course it's easier to look great when you're going up against like probably just one great player on that team, um, because I'm Tank Bell, whatever, bro. Stop it. Stop it. It wasn't all that. Woods, yo, he was going off. Even though he didn't get that many yards in that game, I think he got like under 100 yards. But, anyways, in this game, our pass rush has to be on point. And if our pass rush does execute, does do their job, our secondary has to take advantage of that pressure because Joe Burrow is going to get pressured and most likely he's just going to throw the ball and say, yo, Jamar Chase is somewhere there. Boom, throw it. And our safeties, our secondary, they have to take advantage of it, right? They have to. They have to. And what I want our defense to do is wrap up wrap up because that's an issue that I've been seeing a lot in the last game and even last season. They got better, but we're still seeing it where they pretty much pat them down and then they let them go and take off for like another 20 yards. Bro, wrap it up. Y'all have to do better at wrapping up these receivers. Stop patting them down and letting them take off. Wrap up. All right? That's something that this defense has to improve on. They have to. Okay? Now, hopefully, hopefully, this offense practice the no huddle plays, a bunch of no huddle plays, because these fans are gonna go crazy. You're not gonna be able to hear nothing, nothing. All right. So you guys hopefully executed all these no huddle plays. You know how to handle all that noise and whatever, so that you guys can execute. Hopefully, and this is something very important that I feel in this game will go very good if we do the whole that fast paced game where we just do the no huddle back to back to back. I feel like this could definitely be something that we could take advantage of because let's be honest, the Bengals defense, they're good, but I think they get tired like very quick. I don't know if you guys remember in the playoffs, like they get tired so quick. Like after a couple of drives, like you're already seeing them like this. You know when they have their hands like this or like this, they're done. They're done for that game. And you kept seeing that over and over and over and over again. So I feel if we do the no huddle and we do, and obviously this is gonna tire up our offense as well, especially our O line. But I feel if we do this over and over and over and over, we could definitely take advantage of that because they're not going to play to their full potential. And, we could just do these quick short passes back to back to back to back. And if we see something open, down the field, then we go for it, right? But yeah, this game, because of all the hype we've been hearing about Zay Flowers off season week 1, this is the game where Rashad Bateman has to go off because you already know all eyes are going to be on Zay Flowers. All eyes are going to be on Mark Andrews. And possibly after that, well, not possibly, definitely right after that is going to be OBJ. So the priority goes like this. I think this is how it's going to go. Zay Flowers. Then they're going to try to second priority is going to be Mark Andrews. Right after that is going to be OBJ. And then after you can put in Rashad Bateman. And as long as Rashad Bateman keeps getting us first down after first down after first down, we're good. We're good because we just need to make our way down the field and score points. That's all we need. So I don't want all four players trying to get a 40, 50 plus yard catch, which I hope that's not what we're going to do. Like, we're not going to see like a Greg Roman thing again where everybody goes to the same thing and we're going to throw to all of them and see who gets it. Like, we don't want to do that. Try to do some speedsters to try to go long. We need to get some slants, and we need to get somebody, which I think Bateman should do. If he could get a one-on-one coverage and try to just get us a first down. I mean, at the end of the day, that's his nickname, right? Mr. First Down, because this guy, when he first started the first 6 weeks, I think, of his rookie year, every single catch that this man had, it went for a first down. First down over and over and over and over. Like, he's great at doing that. He could get you solid 10 yards each and every time. So I feel that in this game, Bateman needs to get targeted a lot, right? Now, with our running back situation, J.K. Dobbins obviously is out. So I feel that we should give the ball mostly to Gus Edwards, right? Because although Justice Hill has been doing very, very good, I don't want to take away from the progress that he's made, right? But the thing about Justice Hill is that we've seen this from him before, where he does great and then out of the sudden it decreases again. He messes up. He has drops. He can't get down the field. He can't find holes. And he just has a horrible game. We see this time and time again. So I don't want especially for this game. Next week, do it. Keep trying to see if he's the real deal or not. If he's someone that we could really rely on, right? But not this game. In this game, let's try to keep it safe. Let's just go with Gus Edwards. Let's go with Gus Edwards because at least with Gus Edwards, we know what he's about. The worst thing about Gus Edwards is injury. That's the worst thing, that his flaw, he gets injured. And I feel, his recovery, his road to recovery has been very, very good. So I just don't see Gus getting injured like that. So I think we need to pass the ball hand the ball over to Gus Edwards and just let him eat time and time again, especially against these Bengals. He's pretty good. If you look back at some games where Gus Edwards is playing against the Bengals, he's solid. He's, of course, J.K. Dobbins. Bro, if J.K. Dobbins was playing in this game, that boy would have gone off. He would have gone off. But again, we have to work with what we got. And Gus Edwards, he's not a bad player. He is not a bad player. And he's actually a really good player, I think, even like for the passing game. I like him. I know he has a couple of drops, whatever, but I like what he does after the catch. Like, he has pretty good yak and all that. But anyways, so that's all the key parts that I think that we need to do in order for us to win this game. Like, we need to kill their momentum from the very beginning. We have to. The defense has to show up. Give it their all. 100. There is no time to warm up little, but no. In this game, from the very beginning, we have to smack these boys. We have to smack them. All right? We got to shut it down. We cannot give them even a little bit of hope, at least for the first quarter. That way, we have Joe Burrow sweating, panicking. That's what we need. So if we can do that, I think that the offense will do their part too. But our defense needs to be on point. On point. And they're scared because, bro, these Bengals, it is hard to mute them. The players, forget the fans. The fans, it's always been like that. They're like this, and I don't even know why. But anyways, these Bengal players, time and time again, that's all you hear. That's all you hear. And look, I don't know if it was T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, or Jamar, but one of them this offseason, they were like, who do you like going up against? and they were like, "Oh, the Ravens because it's they go off or something like that." They made some slick comments during the off season. I heard like 3 or 4 different interviews that they did, and they were talking their ish right on that podcast or whatever. Now we're approaching the game, and it's around this time when they start talking crap again, right? Just like they did last week against the who they played, the Browns. They were calling them elves and all that. Quiet, quiet. They've been quiet all week long, talking about, oh, we respect the Ravens. They're good players. They got some good players here, there, whatever. Like, where's I like the talk. I would have hoped that they gave us more material to put on that whiteboard. So we're like, yo, we're gonna end their careers. Not injury, but like we're gonna make them look so bad that it's just they're gonna look pathetic. Like in the NFL's eyes, they're not gonna be a legit team, right? That's what I was hoping for, but we didn't get that. They were quiet. They didn't say a word, and those are the ones you gotta watch out for. But I feel like they were like that, not so much because they're like, oh, we're gonna speak with our actions, with our plays. But we know that's not the Bengals. We know that's not the Bengals, right? No, they only show out with this. That's it. The only time that they go off is when our whole team is injured. And keep in mind, yo, one thing I want all of you guys to know: Lamar Jackson is 6-1 every single time. I mean, against the Bengals. He's only lost one game against the Bengals. Against Joe Burrow, 2-1. 2-1 against Joe Burrow. So the same score that Joe Burrow has with Patrick Mahomes, where it's 2-1, is the same score. So if y'all Bengals fans saying, yo, Burrow owns Mahomes, Lamar owns Burrow. It's a fact. That's the score. 6-1, 2-1. So Lamar Jackson is playing in this game, and y'all know what the game is finna look like. Like, we're gonna dominate this game, even though it's an away game. I don't care. We're gonna dominate it. So yeah, leave your comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about this video, about this game. Make sure to leave a hashtag block game at the bottom of this comment, at the end of your comment. Make sure to share and like this channel and subscribe to the channel, because once we hit that 1,000 subscriber mark, we're going to be giving away 2 tickets to one subscriber, a random subscriber, to the Bengals versus the Ravens game on Monday night, November 15 or 16. I don't know when the game is. But yeah, we're going to be giving away that 2 tickets to that subscriber. So make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not already done so. And yeah, with that, I'm going to see y'all on the next one.